I thought previous video will be the end, but those dummies just want to play, I guess. As you all seen, I made the second part of the story time of the 3 online friends, and YouTube closed the comment section. I don't care about this fact. And the next day, I saw a comment from Circle Blob. Aria, tell us everything to our faces. Are you afraid? I laughed at the question and blocked it. I also planned to tell this Demian, but I told those guys that no means no, but they haven't heard, and because of it, I received a message from my, well, no longer friend, the one I just mentioned, Demian. He said, I've seen your story video, and I trusted you all that time, but you crossed the line. I don't understand what happened that you've been silent for 2 weeks and made this video where you don't explain anything. Why are you telling such story to people who don't even know who those guys are and calling Blob and Choice by their real names? I asked Choice about current situation. I was told he'd never tell this story on his channel. Remember this part. Take this in attention. Choice told Demian he'd never say anything about the situation on his channel. I was told he'd never tell the story on his channel, though he could have done it already 10 more times and make others hate you, but he didn't. Guess why? Because he realizes that this argument between you two only, the audience and others are not included. You have done a very bad thing on your part. I'm the third part of this conflict. I called to help. Unlike the figure who just wants to use you, he doesn't care about the situation, and you let him do it. I don't get why was it so hard for you to go in a voice chat and talk then. You chose to run away quietly and make a video about Choice and Blob, who will just watch a video a few times and keep running after you, and you'll avoid them. Honestly, I haven't seen it before replying. I just saw the first sentence and it was clear to me what the context of this message was. And my reply was like that. Dude, Choice told you to text me. He called Reacher at first sight. I told him I didn't want to communicate, and he's fixing things that can't be fixed. And the fact that I made the story time is a simple recap of everything that happened, only with some comments from me. It was his own fault that he snapped at first, and though he was aware of his actions, he didn't stop. Yes, even in the case of him giving this attitude because of, I don't know, anger issues, for example, just supposing it again was his fault for not communicating with me in any way at all, leaving and even replacing. And then he came and apologized, while showing me that I could have animated this, made everything understand of well, another person, and blah blah blah. I said it all in the story times. All the answers are there. I can send you the text versions of this video. You can reread them if you missed something. But in any case, everything could have ended at the first meeting if you know who. There's just this name of his and well, why I even care? You'll find out of this dude actually, well, not Demian, but if Ilya accepted the truth. No means no, and that's it. Don't judge me for my content. Don't tell me It's too much. First of all, it's my channel. It's how my reply goes on. And second of all, I know what's right and what's wrong for me. But a storytime recap of all the events on my commentary is not extreme, obviously. If someone else had posted this video, they probably wouldn't have been knocking on his door. Who were they? I mean, those people, not the one who made the video, saying too much. Tell us all to our faces. Are you afraid? And the setter don't have the brains to realize what you normally do, like in automatic watch the video. What? Don't you have the brains? That's what I meant. It's like an old reply and it was translated long time ago. So, basically, I've already said it all to their faces. It's simply that more people know about our conflict. And actually, if you look at the views, it's ridiculous. These videos don't get much audience response at all. I mean, the views are miserable. That's what I mean. I haven't checked it for the last few years, but I'm pretty sure they are still low. And even then, the views were miserable. They were miserable. And it seems like YouTube hasn't removed the viewing stats from public view, unlike the dislikes. Am I wrong? Yeah, that's what I'm basically saying here. And my reply also continues. Why the hell do the same people keep telling me that I posted something wrong, that I'm too much of a parody? He can't even stop at the right moment. He is the one who made a mess of things, and he has no right in this case to make some kind of criticism about my own channel, about the content that I publish, from which no one has suffered so far, I guess, except for Choice's ego. So I have also made it clear that I do not want to communicate with him, that I break off my friendship. I guess I meant that, like, that our friendship is done, that I will no longer proceed this friendship. Basically, yeah, I just break off our friendship. I break our friendship, but not in an evil way. Finishing it. So I also have made it clear that I do not want to communicate with him, that I break off my friendship with him, our friendship, my friendship, whatever. But no, he needs to tell his own point of view, his third side to everything. I don't know, attribute his own point of view, that's what I use here. But because he sees no other option. Well, yes, a critical and logical decision is just a simple matter. He's a pig then, because usually animals are shepherded, and animals don't think. Yeah, I know it's cool, but when you get this attitude, it's actually not cruel, it's just fair. It's truth, it's honest, it's not cool. It's not. So yeah, he's a pig then, because usually animals are shepherded, and animals don't think. He's not my friend. Anton's not my friend anymore either. And why the curse word? And why the heck did he bring other people here if he was the only one to blame for all this? I have even more reason to despise him because he decided to manipulate my friends to get to me, even though I made it clear. I hope that after another repetition, kids, you did get the theory in your heads. That's what I put in brackets there. That I didn't want to hear his apologies. That's it. If I say I don't want to, I don't want to. And the moral of this fable is that no means no. That's the end of my reply. So this is what I'm reading right now is basically what I wrote back in the day when it all just happened. And yeah, I just haven't been in the great state of mind or mentality to make this video. I just, had some issues. I will tell you how things were a little later, but for now we're reading this text, this, well, not script, but, well, not scenario either, but just, text, just the one I made to not sound all stumbly, shrieking, so yeah, let's continue reading it. And I even showed it to my online friend, who was the editor in LC Voices. Oh my god, the nostalgia. And we laughed on it. After our good conversation, I changed my description in Discord profile, canceled Choice Bot and Demian. And I blocked Demian. I was just playing with these idiots. I felt myself as C Dream, who says, I'm just playing with you. I'm just showing how powerful I am, how powerless you are. You can kill me because we had so much fun together. But I unblocked third person and, well, saw a message from Demian and Ilya on my server. The one that I made, aside from it all, the one I made to just make a content for, well, for the voiceovers, the voice dubs, voice actors of my own. Yeah. I'm no longer a part of the scene, but yeah. So the message was, Anya, wake up, let's go to PC. And I answered with such words, well, you could tell me this in my direct messages. How could I know about it? He said, go talk peacefully and finish everything. Demian tags me. Also, there was Choice, who said, and I understand that you don't want to talk with me. Actually, it's supposed to be talk to me, but But let's talk for the last time and end this mess, Choice says. But I replied with a line from song Masha by Paul Matidi. Translating and pronouncing this translated names is kind of, So the original sounds like this. Which means all that I have got was bye and smile in the end. Or smiley face. Or, well, bracket, you could say. And the last words he said was my nickname, basically. and I shot him in the face. It was a joke. I didn't shoot anyone. And I kicked the two of them off the server for the, well, off topic, basically. Couple days after, I saw a post from Damien. All that relates to animation, it is tag. He tagged me. Yeah, basically, it all looks like freaking Twitter from his perspective. All that relates to tag and animation is cringe. Fool me by telling me that Choice is a bad guy and ran away. Imagine that he doesn't exist. Good shit. I was on your side, but you used my trust. I don't know what will happen next, but times of our friendships were best. We're the best, I guess. I don't know where's the THE gone, but you know. What do you think? I ironically laughed on it and commented, I didn't communicate with you. I didn't use your trust. Choice did. And I got reply, you're doing cringe. If I will answer right, will I see another 50 videos about this? Well, yeah. I have to say, I haven't talked when I had opportunity, so to say, because I didn't want to talk with the person, and I wouldn't like do anything if they haven't for some reason tried to contact me, tried to communicate with me. They could just go silent and it would be over. And also I just didn't feel like going in a conversation. You know, you'll know about this later. Also, Choice made a post, that's how the document goes there, in his community about this situation. Wait, didn't he say he wouldn't tell this to his followers? Socratic irony. At first he says, I would never, and then he just does the exact opposite. Well, I looked at the comments first. I joked the chicken was picking his nose, probably didn't get enough sleep, thought Chilitz. The next comment goes, in fact it was said in an argument against us, was the type of her channel, what? And does what she wants, ADC. Well, idiotism. Is that an idiotism? It's just, I don't know, it's just personal boundaries. So let me tell you right off the bat, I'm not going to badmouth anyone, but I agree with you. She's really overreacting. It's the next comment. She made herself into an angel and you into devil. I didn't. Plus I didn't, it's just, well, my commentary right now. Not back then. Plus she's telling misinformation, that's what the comment says. I've said all I have to say. Good luck in the future. Next comment says, I watched her video, accusations. Though it says accusation, for some reason I said accusations here. Sorry. Actually, well, it's okay, I don't have to apologize for that. I watched her video, accusation, fought, wait, regret, revised, did not find so in her video, so arguments against you except bad man, self-man, verdict, I vote for Joyce. The next comment is, the plot is cooler than Avengers we see. The next comment is, she closed the comments on purpose because she doesn't want to see the public's attention, comma, or bracket, she's afraid. And by the way, the one person one of the people who I told about the situation actually went to this post, found this comment, and explained to this commentator that I did not close the comments. It was due to YouTube counted my voice as the childish one. It was funny, actually. I mean, it was their decision, not me saying like, go explain. It was their decision. And the last comment was just the question about the voiceovers. Okay, don't get me wrong, I'm just telling you what happened to me. I'm not recording the accusation of someone, but Choice and Damien and Anton, they think otherwise for some reason. And I called my friend to laugh on Choice's post. What Ilya written is this. Oh my god, memories. Just so you know, I read this all few years after, maybe actually good amount of years, but yeah, it's just for documentary, I'd say, just to archivate it all, remember, and so what he written. Yeah, guys, I want to tell you something that I didn't want to make public. About 2-3 weeks ago, I had a conflict with an old friend of mine. He texted me. The thing is that she and her friend had a project that was starring LC voiceovers for a long time. They were quiet, and then they had a disagreement. Honest friend wanted to do everything qualitatively to revise the voice actors, to put male actors on the roles of men, but Anya didn't agree. And take in the attention that he doesn't mention what I wanted to do, like from my side. He goes straight up. She decided to do the right. After that's exactly what he says right after. But Anya didn't agree. She decided to do the right. The task was to change Kron, nickname of her friend's decision, aka Clay, by the way. Otherwise, all the rebels had to leave the team, showing their point of view. I also decided to be this rebel, but was on the side of Kron. When they went to settle the issue, Crown called 2 people in as the third face. I'm sorry, my emotions and memories are just, when I read this, they all rise up. Me and Blob Like Creature, aka Blob, by the way, that's what he says. Me and Blob Like Creature, that's Jack, for a quicker resolution of the issue. When they started figuring out the issue, they started looking into the reasoning for these differences of opinion for some reason. I told them that we should be solving the problem, not looking for cause. But they continued. It was written in the caps, and then it just goes with, normal text, to look for the cause, and I joined them. Soon I got a response to this action from Anya. I don't remember exactly, but it was something like this. What are you doing? We should actually be looking for a solution to the problem, not the cause. I got a little angry because I had said the same thing a few times before, When I did start talking about solutions to the problem again, she started interrupting me, literally making sure I didn't say anything. And here I had already snapped at her, where I went to a personal matter for her, and for that I admit my guilt. After this, after that, she stopped listening to me at all. She ignored everything I said and solved the conflict in her way. In her own way, I, in a fit of rage, blocked her on several servers. I thought that this conflict would remain between the four of us, but I soon found out that she had told other people about it. With one of them, I had a conversation because he listened to both of us, and I was in agreement with his conclusion. It was my fault for going personal for her, and her in turn, that she does not know how to manage such a project. Also, she provoked me a little bit. I saw that she was in the voice chat and went in there. I apologized to her for being rude and for getting personal. She in turn did not apologize for anything. She made it in caps. Well, not she, but he. I'm sorry. I misgendered him. Oh man, my mispronunciation, my misspelling. But yeah, he said he basically made the word anything into caps, and after this, he proceeds to go in usual text. A few days later, I just wanted to go into the chat room and talk. Anya was there. I went in, and all of a sudden, she was right out. I got curious. I tried to enter the same place where she was sitting, but Anya immediately left. I asked a friend, Damien. Yep, he texted Damien. He told me I was a horrible person and was slandering. She only told him about the conflict as she saw it. It's so hard to not tell what actually was happening, but I'll tell you after I've done reading this out to you in my translation. When I told him, that's how the post goes, by the way, the whole story, and it was confirmed by other people, he took my side completely and tried to help me write to Anya, or actually, what I mean here, I think is, I meant to translate it as communicate, well, somehow to me, but that's what he says anyways. She, meanwhile, wouldn't talk about it properly and got other people on her side who also blamed me. In the end, I decided not to run after her anymore. Let her write to me if she wants to solve the problem herself. 2 weeks went by. Everyone has forgotten about this conflict, and all of a sudden, on February 9th, she releases a video with her comments. He put it in the quotes, quote about the whole conflict. There she makes me look like a horrible monster and leaks personal information about me. I sing of this. Am trying to get through to her again to talk about it, to break up peacefully, but she doesn't want to. Caps again. And well, I mean, this person blames me for everything that has happened, puts a personal conflict on public while spreading false information about me. Well, when I did not know which time, I wrote on her server, Anya, let's just go to the call and everything will be solved peacefully. In response, I got nothing but bye with a smile, and she banned me. I just can't understand this person. You apologize to them, go into contact to resolve everything peacefully. What you get in return is threatening is the spreading of personal and false information to the public. She even accused me of being the one who tells others about this conflict and that I have no right to express my personal opinion, criticism of her work because she could do so much better since she's animated. The result is some nonsense from nothing, in which only one side tries to improve the relationship to solve everything peacefully while not seeking help from the public and admitting its partial guilt. The other side tries to blame the first side for everything and where it is itself to blame. Spreading rumors about this side and getting more people on their side, all the while blaming me for violating the confidentiality of this conflict. I'm not urging you to go and hate her. I just did what she did. That's where the post ends. Now let's consider this post. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Truth. About 2-3 weeks ago, I had a conflict with an old friend of mine. I'm not his friend anymore, but Choice still counts me as a friend. Or, well, he did count at me back in the days when he wrote this post. That's basically what I'm saying here. Well, it doesn't make any sense. Anyways, that he counts someone his friend, because you aren't friends, dude. We aren't friends anyway. For a long time, they were quiet, and then they had a disagreement, and his friend wanted to do everything qualitatively. He raised the voice actors with male actors. She said it alright. Yes, Crown wanted to do such thing. Yes, I began to write, but as you can see, he didn't give the information about my offer. What I did want is that I did want, I hope you heard this right now, to make our voice acting good, but also I wanted actors to be interested in their hobby, or, well, job, you could say, just so it could be enjoyable. The next line is, the task was to change Crown, nickname of her friend's, decision. No, but it wasn't. The real mission was to talk with Crown and to see if she will change her opinion. You see the difference here? The quote is, when they started figuring out the issue, they started looking into the reason for these differences of opinion for some reason. And again, it is not true what he said. I began to remind Crown about her promise. What is more interesting is that Choice hasn't mentioned his aggression. He was in the normal mental state then. He began our conversation with, well, let's say a lot of anger. And we began our conversation with Klein after 30 minutes, if not more, after Ilya passed finally. The next line I took here is, I told them that we should be solving the problem, looking for the cause, but they continued to look for the cause and I joined them. That's what he said. You know what? We weren't told we should do something. We were shouted at. Yep. He shouted, he screamed, whatever. But he wasn't just telling us nicely. You know? And no, we didn't continue our conversation. Ilya didn't let us to do so, basically. The next line is, soon I got a response to this action from Anya. I don't remember exactly, but it was something like this. What are you doing? We should actually be looking for a solution to the problem, not the cause. I haven't said anything like this. I told Joyce to stop interrupting us. And he, for some reason, just, I don't know, his brain, his memory didn't remember things correctly. The next line is, when I did start talking about solutions, so the and here I got already snapped at her, where I went to the resolution for her and for that I admit my guilt. You remember this line? You know? When someone who just wasting your time interrupting you, isn't it fair to interrupt them? Isn't it? That's, yeah, that is my saying. You know, the one person who just wasting your time interrupting you, isn't it fair to interrupt them if you get confused? I mean, it's only fair if I do the same you do to me. The next line is, after that she stopped listening to me at all. She ignored everything I said and solved the conflict in her own way. I and fear rage blocked her on several servers. You know what I did? I muted him because he didn't let me speak. And yes, he blocked me. I don't even remember if I actually muted him like on the server or I did it in like just, you know, the button in Discord way, like mute this person just so only you can hear them. Well, actually, yeah, I muted him on. It's hard to remember. But if I trust my memory, I muted him so I couldn't hear him and Clay. So yeah, I muted him on the server. In the voice chat. I muted him because he didn't let me speak or Klein or anyone else. And yes, he blocked me. Also, I was told he will not block me until we talk. You know? Next line from the post is, I thought that this conflict will remain between the four of us, but I soon found out that she had told the people about it. With one of them I had a conversation. To manage such a project, he should also forgot me about it. The truth is, yes, I told about the situation to my friends, but fucking provoked. Freaking provoked. Are you serious? Excuse me? Huh? What do I see? A victim blaming. You say I provoked you when I literally didn't do anything to get on your nerves. Dude, you were the one who started this all, and you blame me for standing up to you, sticking it to the men. what has what have you become? Also, another question for Damien. Why do you think I don't know how to manage such project? I know how to. Like, I literally know how to. Anyways, I told friends about the conflict not to spread information just so they hate him or whatever. I told it just because I needed to share, just to get it off my chest. It is really not pleasant situation at all. I needed to vent somewhere. Then there's Line. I apologized to her for being rude and for getting personal. She in turn did not apologize for anything. You know what? I wonder where is my animation skills. And what do I have to apologize for? I haven't done anything wrong, like, at all. So, man, what he says also is she only told him about the conflict as she saw it. I told the whole story, not my subjective opinion, I literally remember how it was. So, I have no point, I have no motivation to lie, to make someone look bad. Not like this. I don't want problems. It just happened, and I told how the whole situation goes. And it wasn't just my subjective opinion. Next saying is, well, not saying, but the line from the post. When I told him the whole story, and it was confirmed by other people, he took my side immediately, and I tried to help me. Yes, that's what I was talking about. He manipulated his trust, and Damien believed choice. What really happened? He was trying to connect with me and himself. He was trying to make a connection between us, basically by using Damien. Well, maybe it was Damien's, initiative. Though I already showed that I don't want to talk. I blocked him, them. I truly, I showed that I don't want to talk. And the funny thing is what happened a little bit later. And there's Line. Actually, coming back to this, the whole was conferred by other people. I think it's like a memory of a group, not remember everything correctly. While I remember it correctly, it's like I remember how things were, and they probably didn't pay much attention to it, and that's why their memory got blah blah blah, just mixed all over the place, especially the belief choice. It's awful. I'm so glad I have a good memory that just doesn't corrupt memories. I'm so glad that I have it and I'm thankful for it. So the next line, on February 9th, shows a video and leaks personal information about all the personal information I said was his real name. He streamed with Blob before and he said his real name. I mean, Blob. Blob said his real name a lot. And as well, I say here, well, maybe I'm wrong, as Anton did, so I don't remember which is it. There is something I have to say about it later. Anyway, there's a lot of voice named Ilya. So yeah. I didn't make it it's just a fact. I didn't make it up. There's a lot of people with this name. I didn't make to look like detective or something for any personal info. And by the way, I didn't make him look like a horrible monster. He just was horrible. That's all. The next line is, I say no of this, but she doesn't want to. I mean, this person blames me for everything that happened. This person not confident in public, this person false information about me. Well, the truth is, Choice already knew I don't want to talk, but he don't understand that he is the one who to blame. He is the one to blame. I've told the story about our conflict because our friendship has been broken. It looked like a part 2 story time, and I already said all the truth about the last one. The next scene is when I did not know which day my brother her savior and she bent me. As I was saying, it was line from Zone. And as I already said, I only kicked Choice, Damien, and Bob from server. I didn't just ban them, I kicked them. The next line is, she even accused me of being the one who tells others about the criticism or the work because she could. Okay, so I wasn't accusing you. Personal opinion is not criticism, apparently. And also, if you think that animator doesn't have a work to do, go watch my storytime number 2. What else can I say? How can I animate my face reveal? If it's literally face reveal. Reveal, whatever you call it. And the next scene is the result is some nonsense from nothing, confidentiality of the conflict. That's how it ends. Well, do you see the way he tries to make me the one to blame here? Look, like, literally, your line and don't say many things about yourself, what happened, and other stuff. The last line is, I'm not urging you to go Naya, I just did what she did. So you literally said that I'm the one who's spreading the misinformation. Well, I already said everything I think and all the truth, so just know that I'm not lying to you, audience. I'm just telling things how they are. And yeah. Okay, after all, what happened to Damien? Well, he removed me from his channel links and banned on his server. It was hard to tell. A lot of text. What do you all think? All I think is that they are class. Also, thanks for the free content. A couple of days later, I saw Damien's message. It was just one message to Roger, who was shocked by the fact that his friend calls him a manipulator and said all that behind his back. You know? Also, I was wondering about what Choice will say about his post himself, so I offered him to go to the voice call. Hello, Choice, may I quiz you about your post? You can deny my offer, I do not insist. If you think I'm doing this just to humiliate you, I assure you that this opinion is wrong. You can text me or call me, whatever you want. I was so nervous. And that is where the whole post just went silent for a few years, and right now I'm reading what I put after all these years with all the knowledge and all those memories. Well, we talked, and well, I felt good after that for a little while. Then it just all went downhill. I felt worse and worse every day since then, until I felt so terribly. I felt so terrible that I wanted to leave this world. Some people even talked to me, and they showed me a lot of empathy and care. Also showed me the emergency hotline for my case, which is great. And I'm thankful for such approach to my situation. At least now I'm okay, somewhat. And I haven't been diagnosed officially, but that kind of person who can usually define what's wrong, if that's obvious enough. Like, actually, my social anxiety, which I haven't been sure about I had at first, I was told that it is that disorder by a good pal of mine. Depression I had for 6 years until summer when I finished my 6th school grade, for example. This one I figured out myself. Traumas, I can clearly feel and see how that stuff comes out sometimes. And what a situation with my, the dudes that I used to hang out with and told you about, and my friends led. Even a psychologist mentioned that I have trauma. It's not just trauma, it's post-traumatic stress syndrome. Actually, it's called post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD, I want to say that I have PTSD if I haven't one. Literally. The people who didn't know, they thought I was just, they called it tilt. But it wasn't tilt, it was a shock. Imagine feeling like you're literally apart from yourself, and every day it's like your soul slowly coming back to you. You're extremely vulnerable, and the world can just stop. You have to go on. You're able to, but you're also in a terrible condition. What stopped me from helping myself was basically memories of my best friend and us together. So I just wanted to thank her for existing in all this world and things. Perhaps I wouldn't be here without her today. We're still friends, yes. We're still best friends. Thank God. Well, what happened after that? After some time, I found out that Damien told the enemy was supposed to be a joke. it doesn't seem like one still. And also kind of blame Klein, who is also a Kron, since she could have talked to me face to face, just us in the call, yet she for some reason just called the two idiots. Like, you could have asked if I wanted them to be there or not, for God's sake. Like, okay, maybe she didn't know about how Choice is feeling or whatever. She sided with Choice when he tried to frame me, and she's not the person with a good memory. I'm the one with a good memory. And by the way, she's still responsible for that. She literally, you know how she's responsible. She didn't ask if, I mean, maybe she did, but whatever. Choice told it. Oh man. He couldn't say no, and then like, ooh, that's why he joined. And all that stuff. Jeez, I forgot something that I wanted to tell. It's a part of story too. It was a part of story too. What did I forget? It was some saying of him. It was. It was. It's the same stuff. I wish I could remember just now. I really wish I could. Oh yeah, I remember just now. Whew. What he said is that, well, I asked him if, well, you see a person blocking you, do you think they still want to chat with you? He said yes. So literally, person showing you that they literally don't want to chat with you, they literally blocking you, and he says that yes. He thinks that they still want to chat with him. He also says some things like the friend, like I chat with like for almost 2 years, and that person, the one they replace me with, is they that don't chat now. Yeah, I remember all this, you know. Anyways, if you don't know something, it does not freeze you from the responsibility. Okay, maybe she thought that I was okay with it, that she does the thing we had, like the same day earlier, like when those people were just there to control the situation. Right, perhaps, but still, if she didn't invite those guys, I probably would have never had this convo, or maybe would have just later, because those guys were showing how bad they are after this incident. And trust me, a lot of people I knew are chatting with them today. Like the Blob, Choice, Demian, Trinity, I don't know what happened to Queen. Choice and Blob probably even blocked me on Discord. LOL. I haven't found them on my list, I guess. I maybe haven't blocked them, just stop chatting. LOL. Oof. I'm sorry. And like, yeah, but the way, by the way, it appears the choice was like that during the argument, due to him arguing with Blob earlier. Funny, still isn't justified. And I'm kind of glad that I was the first one who could stab literally in the heart with a knife, because I simply didn't have to suffer from anything more damaging to not only me but my servers, for example, since they crashed Clay's server later. Yes, and it got deleted. Coming back to servers, I played on Demian's server for a while before the conflict. Yeah, and by the way, the saying that the most close person, the most close people is the first one to suffer. Well, that's basically what happened here with us, with me and them, between. Coming back to servers, I played on Demian's server for a while before the conflict, and after I got unbanned, I decided to play again. Well, just casual Minecraft and DSMP fighter. That evening, Mice and Venus played. I was going down the road that was made by a shovel and, grass. And Choice teleports to me, and he tries to play a subscriber from a channel to pretend to be one. The main thing is he wouldn't know that it was me if he was the subscriber and not Choice, because basically I never said, I never showed my Minecraft account on my channel. So I played along and after some time, after a little while, I just tapped in the chat a message, Choice. You? Like, is that you? Who'd thought? He was surprised that he was easy to catch. Anyways, he gave me some stuff, and he also said he was really sorry and he apologized once again. It'd make a way if only he didn't apologize for me for the first time back then when he had an argument and didn't add but after the I'm sorry part. Then that way he just shows his real attitude towards it. He couldn't give a damn about it, could he? Well, I mean, he kinda shows remorse and all. It's just, dude, I saw how you actually treated this situation. Maybe you didn't want it to happen, sure, but you're the reason why it happened, and you let that happen. And all due to you thinking that you can snap on people and nothing matters when you feel angry. Like, you've lost all your sense of consequences or something. All those tries at making yourself look good and framing me. You were a whole. You were a whole good part of my life. I mean, in quality, not the. You know. You were. mm, I wanted to tell you to like Pop and Choice that you were my online best friends. I decided to wait since I felt like it just takes well a little longer till I was sure it fits, and now I just don't regret that I didn't say it. Since you two are completely different people now, you aren't Choice and Blob I used to know. You aren't Blob and Choice in general, or at all. You are the imposters that took their skin very slowly and made them disappear right in my eyes. You guys are morons. You are completely different people. After his another apology in Minecraft that I just mentioned, I kind of said that I forgave him, but it was a lie. I thought that I forgave him, but then I just, after some things I've made a community post where I explained the situation, and the truth is, I didn't forgive Choice or, the other two. I just can't. There's nothing to forgive them for. It's their own personality and not just a mistake, so they'll never be forgiven. By the way, you know what Chris told me about the post, the personal info part? He told that, well, you had me mentioned in your videos previously. People will know who it was. It wouldn't be pleasant if someone would go to the comments under my videos and say, "Hi, Lushka." Like, dude, I asked our acquaintance who knows you and me in a grade a few years after. It appears that you actually revealed your name on his stream before my video. Also, but for some reason, asked me to not use his name on English. He, for some reason, called my English broken, and that's why I use deeply right for the second part. Whatever that was. I put the sorry for the bad English in brackets, since that is what bad English sounds like. Like, bro, I can call you whatever I want as long as you are not insulted or whatever. And why do you tell me that my English is bad when in reality it's not? Your English isn't exactly perfect either. Well, you're the one who asked me to translate the video for you, and yet you complain about the knowledge of a language sometime after. Like, dude, why do you and the other freaks soon tell me how to make my content or criticize it? Like Choice, for example, or Damien. What Choice left in the comments confused me a bit. He said, "Bye, sorry for all I have or haven't done. For all the things I have or haven't done." And I figured out what it meant by asking different people. I should stop throwing this thing. So yeah, it confused me a bit for a little time, and then I figured what it meant by asking different people. As I said, I can't forgive him or Blob or And as one person who I told my story to said, there's nothing to forgive him for. That quote was actually pretty liberating. Like, Choice was actually the first ever person I couldn't forgive, and the quote from the guy just helped me feel better about the fact that I can't forgive him. Choice. that I can forgive Choice or other guys. It was nice to hear. Thanks to this person. I don't remember their nickname on Discord, but I remember that they were nice. I hope they are doing well. Well, we haven't interacted or chatted anyway with those freaks, so to say, after my community post. The info I found out later was brought to me by other people, which I wanna thank them for. Also, I found out that neither Blob nor Choice talk about me or answer good questions about me if you ask about me on stream, and that they have crashed the server. Yeah, I mentioned that already. Actually, the first person who heard the full story about it being interrupted was the girl who wrote fiction about me and Choice. Back in the days. She is a sweet person. We're kind of friends. I'm rehearsing the soul because I wanted to exist not just in my memory but also just in the world. These memories are dear to me and they mean a lot to me, and all. And it would be a big waste to not picture it somehow. I love my friends and all, and while I'm alive, they are alive. While I have this video posted, they will live not only in my head or heart, they will exist just in the world and on my channel. Choice and Blob. Now get it right. Choice and Blob are my friends. Those who came after, the imposters, were never them. Never were my buddies. You know, my friends are my friends. And those freaks aren't. That's what I basically mean. The personalities, I guess. I valued an appreciation. What did I just say? I valued and appreciated every moment we had together, just because it happens, not because it was gonna be over or happen, or just when it happens to. And I still do. I will remember all this as long as I can, and will tell this story to some people. Thank you all. I want to thank for everything we've done and all the good things you did to me and happen, and all the things that happened with us together, all the good things. I guess it just happened. I'm fine with it. Though it's a lot of people that I met, a lot of stuff, even one fandom that I joined. If I wasn't friends with Blob and Choice, I wouldn't probably met some, joined some. I made some progress. I couldn't cry about this topic like I couldn't get a tear out of my eye for a few years, and just not so long time ago, just recently, I could actually cry about it and get it out somehow. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to thank everyone for everything good, for everything and actually I when I remember the soul, I actually have this question, like, what have you become? I understand maybe it's due to some life circumstances, yet you just changed, you chose to change. Oh, I'm like this quote from Undertale, despite everything it's still you. Like, upon choice you chose to change, but why? Some would ask. And like, it's your decision, okay? I'm not against it. My friends are my friends, and those people are just completely different people. I don't know really if, well, I guess you value my friendship in some degree, maybe. But as I already said, my friends are still my friends, and those imposters are just not. My friends would never replace me, and those different people, they did. So I'm just grateful I had to, well, I'm just grateful they at least met me and we had fun. Well, my friends, not the imposters, if you understand that, I guess. Do I wish this situation to never happen? I think I'm fine with however my life goes. I don't wish anything, you know? thank you for everything we've done together and all the good things that happened to us together. Thank you for basically everything. And thank you for watching and listening to this story of 3 online friends.